There are moments in history when the night is darker than ever, when the storm rages louder than the fear inside, and when the only thing standing between chaos and courage is one soul brave enough to act. This is not the story of a general, nor a president. No, this is the story of a 16-year-old girl whose courage echoed louder than the thunder under her horse's hooves. This is the story of Sybil Ludington, the forgotten rider of the American Revolution. Bravery has no age, no gender, only character. When we think of the American Revolution, we think of names like George Washington, Paul Revere, founding fathers with statues, holidays, and books in their honor. But history, real history, it isn't built by statues. It's built by character, by people who refuse to let circumstance define them, not their age, not their gender, not their title. Today we tell the story of a teenage girl who rode farther than Paul Revere, through the dead of night, through a storm, through danger, to save her people. It's the spring of 1777. The war for independence is raging. The British burn towns, destroy supplies, and terrorize countryside communities. In the hills of Putnam County, New York, a man named Colonel Henry Ludington commands a small militia. Farmers, blacksmiths, carpenters, ordinary people who dared to fight for something bigger. Late one night, a messenger arrives at the Ludington home with grim news. Danbury is burning. The British are coming. We need men, now. But the militia is scattered, home for spring planting, miles apart. Someone has to warn them. Without hesitation, a rider stepped forward. Not a soldier, not a man. Her name was Sybil Ludington, the colonel's own 16-year-old daughter. No military rank, no uniform. Just resolve and courage burning hotter than the fires consuming Danbury. Through pounding rain, in total darkness, she rode. 40 miles, over twice as far as Paul Revere's famous ride. No streetlights, no paved roads, just dirt paths, forest trails, and the constant threat of loyalist patrols. Bandits, wild animals, or a wrong turn into oblivion. To arms, the British are burning Danbury! Door to door, farm to farm, village to village, she rode, screaming against the storm, waking men from their slumber, lighting the fire of resistance in their hearts. She did not ride for glory or fame. No newspaper would print her name. No crowd would cheer. She rode because it was right, because freedom needed her. And when morning broke, 400 militiamen stood armed and ready. Danbury burned, but the fight was not lost. The militia pushed back, the British retreated, and Sybil rode into the pages of a history that nearly forgot her. Let this be a reminder to every young person listening, to every woman, to anyone ever told you can't, or you're too small, or you're not enough. Your age does not define you. Your gender does not limit you. Your character is what sets you apart. The American spirit was never about titles, never about power. It was, and always will be, about ordinary people, rising in extraordinary moments. So, when life gets dark, when the road ahead is uncertain, remember the girl who rode through the storm. Bravery has no age, no gender, only character. If this story inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to remember. Courage lives in all of us. The Ride of Sybil Ludington, April 26, 1777.